Hey everyone, so if you want to know how I do my new foundation routine using the new Ready foundation with the new brush and also some of the new products that launched, then keep on watching. So first I'm going to start off by hydrating my skin. I'm just using my Purely Nourishing Moisturizer for combination skin. I use about maybe 1.5 pumps for my whole face. So I'm going to go ahead and rub my hands together and then put this all over my face. Another important step to my foundation routine is a good primer, and my favorite has to be Bare Minerals Prime Time. This is great for locking in moisture from a moisturizer, which is great for any skin type. It extends the wear of your foundation so there's less touch-ups. It's also like saving you product too. You're not going to have to reapply at the end of the day. Also, it almost acts like a filler, so if you have any fine lines, large pores, wrinkles, it's just going to make your foundation lay super smooth. It also makes your skin feel amazing, like silk basically. So I use about 1 pump for this. Sometimes you can get away with 1/2 pump. Less is more with this product. So I go ahead and rub my hands together and I put this everywhere. I'm going to use the new Bare Minerals Correcting Concealer, and I have actually been using this for a really long time, so I am almost out of it, as you can see the bottom. But I use medium 2 for my skin tone. I like it because it has more of the warmer yellow undertone, which I have. I guess I have more of the olive skin tone. But I love this because it's so creamy, gives you amazing coverage, and it's really lightweight, but also it's a corrector, so it's going to help reduce dark pigmentation over time. So it's like a treatment and a concealer in one, which is pretty amazing. So I just like to use my basic concealer brush. This is from MAC, but you can really use any concealer brush that you want. And a little goes a long way with this, so the places that I like to conceal are under my eyes, around my nose where I get a little red, and then also around my brows, just because I like them really defined, so this kind of helps me shape them and define them a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom and show you guys where I conceal. So I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit on my brush, and I'm just going to pat a little bit underneath my eye area. I'm also going to add a little bit around my nose. I have a little spot there that I like to conceal. And then I'm also going to conceal above my brows. What this does is just really define them and create a nice defined brow shape. This is optional, you don't have to do it, but it's just part of my routine. And I do a tiny bit right in the center, just because I have some scarring right there. Before I go ahead and blend everything out, I'm going to take my Stroke of Light, and this is in Luminous 2. And I like to use this under my eye area and extend it on top of my cheekbones, more just to brighten and highlight. And you can really use this anywhere in the face. Anywhere where you want to brighten, so you can do down the bridge of your nose, under your eyes, tops of your cheekbones, anywhere basically. And it's nice because it has this flexible wand, super flexible, and you can use this literally and paint it on your face. So I just do a few dots right there and a few little dots right there. And then I'm going to go ahead and blend. You can blend these products out in many different ways. I'm going to show you two. You can use your finger. Just the warmth of your finger is great just to blend everything out. I like to use a brush sometimes, and this is the 180 brush from MAC. You can also use a beauty blender. It's really up to you when it comes to blending out underneath your eye. I'm going to use a brush on one side, and I'm going to use my fingers on the other side. So this is something everyone's been waiting for. This is the brand new Ready foundation. Before, when I used my original Bare Mineral foundation, I was the shade Medium Beige. This foundation tends to run a shade lighter than the original or matte foundation, so you definitely want to get shade matched if you do decide to try the new foundation. Some people might not even have to change your shade color, but it's definitely worth it to go get shade matched first instead of buying it, taking it home, and being not satisfied with the color. So definitely get shade matched. I got shade matched and I actually had to go up a shade. So instead of being medium beige, I had to go to golden medium. And I was totally shocked because when I looked at it, it looks really yellow and I didn't think this was going to match me, but actually when I put it on, it looks pretty good. So if it looks scary in the pan, just try it. It might look a little different on the face. So this foundation is amazing because it does help hydrate your skin. If you have oily skin, don't be afraid to try it. It works for any skin type. It's not going to make your skin even oilier. And if your skin's dry, you would really like it too because it will help hydrate your skin. But it basically works for any skin type. It's also more of a longer wearing foundation versus the original. The original was 8 hours, this one's 12 hours, so it's gonna stay a little bit longer. It's also in a compact, which is pretty awesome. A lot of people don't like a loose powder because they find that it's messy. This is just a nice option if you want something that's travel friendly, something to keep in your purse so you could touch up later in the day. So like if you use your original foundation in loose form, then you can keep this in your purse and you could touch up later in the day. So it's just nice because they're giving you options now. So I decided to get this. I'll probably use it, I don't know, maybe as a touch-up powder or just to touch up my foundation later on, but we'll see. I'm totally in love with it. The coverage is really nice too. I noticed that this foundation, little goes a long way with it. So start off really light and then build up to how much coverage you want. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how I apply this foundation after I talk about the new brushes. So there were 2 new brushes that launched and I have to say that I am super excited about them. They are freaking awesome. So the first one that I'm going to talk about is the Precision Face. And this brush is amazing. It's really, really nice. It's great quality. It is all synthetic hair. It is cut at an angle, which is really nice, so it's great for following the natural shape of your face. It's also pretty stiff, so you can get amazing coverage with it. This brush is also great for more of a stamping motion, so when you are going to press it into your powder, you basically want to stamp it and then wiggle it around a little bit and you'll get product on your brush, which I will show you later. And then with this brush, you want to do more sweeping motions instead of the old application where it's a swirl tap and then circular buffing motions. So this is a little bit different. It's so soft. Once you feel it on your skin, it's just like, I don't know, it's amazing. It's really, really soft. So I'm really excited about this brush. And if you want something that's more travel friendly and small and easy on the go, they did launch another small travel brush. This is the Precision Face, basically the travel size version. And so you just take the top off and it's the exact same brush basically. It is a tad, just a tiny bit smaller, not by much, but it is a smaller head. And again, it's synthetic hair, super soft, has that great angled shape. And again, you just want to do that stamping motion into the foundation and sweeps. And to put the lid back on, all you do is pull this little part up and then you pop the lid back on and then you push it down and then you're good to go. So this brush is $28 and this one I believe is $22, which is totally reasonable. It's the same as the other Full Flawless Face brush, and this is the same price as the Buff and Go brush, which is another favorite of mine. So these are amazing brushes. They work really well with the new foundation. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how to apply the foundation. Basically what I'm going to do is just, here, what's the best way? I'll do this. So I'm going to stamp my brush, wiggle it around a little bit, pull it off, and look how much product you get. It's a lot of product. So a little goes a long way. And it's almost like you're not wasting product either. So what I'm going to do is do sweeping motions. So I'm going to start from the center and work my way out. So I just did half my face, and I feel like you can see how much coverage you can get. This side looks pretty smooth. I think it hides a lot of my uneven skin tone. It's great for underneath the eye area, but I didn't use that much product. I probably used way less than what I normally use with my original foundation. And I feel like it's a very subtle glow. It's nice. It's kind of like the matte foundation and the original foundation had a baby, and this is what it came up with. So I'm going to go ahead and continue to do the other side and show you what it looks like in the end. Next I'm going to take my Summer Bisque Mineral Concealer, and I'm just going to use a tiny bit of this. I don't need a lot, but I'm just going to use it right under my eye area just to make sure that that cream concealer is set, and just to add a tiny bit more coverage, but I don't need a lot. I've got pretty good coverage with the foundation and the cream concealer, also some of that eye brightener. So you definitely can still use this cream concealer with the Summer Bisque or whatever mineral concealer you were using before. They totally work together. Now I'm just going to go ahead and take my translucent Ready Touch-Up Veil and just the Flawless Face Brush, and I'm just going to lightly sweep this in my T-zone just to kind of set my makeup a little bit. Next I'm going to add some bronzer, and the one that I like from the Ready collection is the High Dive, which is kind of a warm reddish golden, I guess, bronzer, and it has like a very soft satin finish to it, but it's mostly matte. But I'm just going to use my angled handy buki and just lightly kind of pat it in there, tap off a little bit of the excess, and I'm just going to start working this on my cheek area and then around my temples, and then bring it under my jaw. Now I just like to contour my cheekbones, and my favorite is Harmony Blush from MAC, and I just use the Bare Minerals Angled Blush Brush, and I'm just going to sweep this in the hollows of my cheeks. Now I'm going to take my favorite Bare Minerals Ready Blush, and this is called the Confession, and I'm just going to take a blush brush and apply this to the apples of my cheeks. Now I'm going to show you how to use the Well Rested Face and Eye Illuminator, and this is a little bit different than the powdered Well Rested that was originally out. This one is more of a creamy consistency, and it has a brush applicator, so you basically just twist it and the product will come out from the base of the brush. You can literally just use this brush and paint it on if you want, but I actually like to use my fingers to apply it. So I'm just going to take my middle finger, pat it into the Well Rested, and I'm just going to kind of just pat a little bit on my fingers because I don't want a lot, and I'm just going to pat a little bit on the top of my cheekbone just for a really subtle kind of highlight. It's great for on the go if you just want to quickly brighten in certain areas. So just pat it right there, and then I'm also going to pat it on the other side. There are a few ways to using this Well Rested brightener. You can use it under your eye area and just dab it on top of your foundation. You can use it under your brow bone for a little highlight, and I also really like to use it on the top of my Cupid's bow, so I'm going to show you how I do that just to make your lips look a little bit fuller. Just need a tiny bit, and I'm going to go ahead and pat it right there. You can also use it down the bridge of your nose too. And see how it kind of illuminates right above my Cupid's bow, so it's going to make my lips just look a little bit fuller. Next, I'm just going to pop on my favorite Moxie gloss, and this is Trailblazer, and this is just great for every day. And there we go. So this is the end of my tutorial using all of the new Bare Minerals Ready products that just launched. I hope you guys like that. I know this has been requested for a really long time, so I wanted to make sure I had everything to show you before I did a tutorial. So if you have any questions about how I use the products, please leave me a comment below. You can also check out my Facebook page. I answer a lot of questions on there. I also have an Instagram, which is Ariel_Hope. Link will be below. And then also I have a blog, and I have a lot of information and reviews on these products in my blog too that I did write a couple months ago right when it launched, so you can check it out there. That's ArielHope.blogspot.com. And I will put the links to those blog reviews below, and also my video review of those products will be right here. So anyway, I will see you guys in the next video, and have a great night.